Welcome to Disha Fashion Institute. Today, we are starting an exciting part of fashion designing called Elements of Design. But before we dive in, let me give you a little background. If you are learning about fashion designing or working in the fashion industry, you have probably heard about elements of design and principles of design. These are like the building blocks of fashion magic. So, let's break it down. Imagine you are creating a fashion masterpiece. The elements of design are like your artistic tools. They include lines, shapes or silhouettes, texture, color, pattern, space, and form. So, these are the cool things you use to make your design awesome. On the other hand, the principles of design are like the guidelines for making everything look good. They include balance, rhythm, emphasis, harmony, proportion, unity, contrast, scale, repetition, gradation, and radiation. These are like the secret rules that make your creation stand out. So, to summarize, elements of design are the tools of design. On the other hand, principles of design are the rules of the design. In this video, we will start with the first topic in the elements of design, that is, lines. In the upcoming videos, we will explore each of the elements of design one by one. Once we have covered all of them, we will dive into the principles of design. Let's get started. At first, let us have some fun. Let us draw 4 lines of same length. In the naked human eyes, these 4 lines appears to have the same length. Now let us add something on these lines. Now, the lines 1 and 3 appear shorter due to the visual obstruction because the obstructions are limiting the eye's travel. On the other hand, in lines 2 and 4, the eyes are encouraged to continue moving, creating the illusion of elongation. In conclusion, through the strategic use of lines, you can look taller or shorter. Lines can primarily be divided into 4 types: straight lines, dotted or broken lines, zigzag lines, and the curved lines. Lines can also be categorized based on their functions. Decorative lines refer to the print lines used for aesthetic purposes. On the other hand, structural line includes seam lines, hem lines, dirt lines, folds, tucks, pleats, and drapes. The straight lines can further be divided into vertical lines, horizontal lines, and the diagonal lines. Let me give you an example of optical illusion that can be created using vertical lines. We have drawn 2 rectangles of same size side by side. Now, if we draw a vertical straight line from the middle of the rectangle at our right side, what optical illusion this can create? Closely look at the diagram. The rectangle at the left hand side appears shorter and fat, whereas the rectangle at the right hand side appears slim and taller. We can apply this learning when we design dresses. Here we have two dresses of the same length kept side by side. With obvious reason, the dress in the right hand side looks much more slim and taller compared to the dress in the left hand side, which is of same size, same length and same width. Although the vertical lines or the vertical stripes in a dress can create the illusion of a taller and slimmer body, the spacing of the lines plays a significant role in this effect. If the spaces are more wide, the person will look fat. If the spaces are less or the stripes are dense, in that case the person will look slimmer and taller. Even the width of the stripes plays a significant role here. For example, in this diagram, the figure E appears much more fat compared to the figure F, where the lines are less in width and more dense. Furthermore, vertical lines are generally associated with a formal, strong, and dignified appearance. That is why opting for a formal shirt with vertical stripes is an excellent choice for formal attire. Now let us discuss horizontal lines. To start with, horizontal lines should be avoided in formal wear because horizontal stripes can bring a sense of fun and flattery. Furthermore, these lines have a calming, relaxed, and restful effect. Horizontal stripes in a dress create a shorter body illusion, and the wearer may look thick. They can add width to the shoulders, waist, or hip. Horizontals are strongest lines, and one should avoid placing them in the wider area of the body, which may give a larger effect. The image here illustrates that horizontal lines guide the movement of the eyes across, creating the illusion of a wider body. That is why the figure H on the right hand side appears shorter and fat compared to figure G on the left hand side. That's it for today. The lines in elements of design is a vast chapter of fashion designing. We will continue it from here in our next video. The topics in our next video will include more examples of optical illusion through vertical lines, optical illusion through horizontal lines, effect of the diagonal lines, and effect of the curved lines. In the interim, you can go through our blog post on lines in the elements of design. The link has been given in the description below. The blog post contains a lot more details and examples. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when the next video will be released.